Hello. In today's episode, we just want to start talking about the importance of leadership. Where does our leadership, our desire to lead, come from? That potential, that capacity to lead, where does it come from? Being the Christian that I am, I'm naturally inclined to refer to the Bible, where everything began. When we go to the book of Genesis, the first chapter, we see God creating everything and telling us that at the end of the day, each creation day, everything was good, which meant his specifications for creation. Now, when we get to verse 26 of the first chapter, that's where God created human beings. And he said, let us create man in our own image, that they may have dominion over everything that is created on earth. Now we have to understand that man being created in the image of God meant that we had the character of God built into our nature. God being the leader of the spirit world, man was created to lead and to champion the cause of planet Earth. So by nature we were created and designed and crafted to lead, to impose our will on the earthly creation. Everything that was created on earth was made subject to man, because man had built into himself the nature to lead the earthly creation according to God's will and purpose. So that settles it. There's no reason why anyone should disqualify themselves from having the capacity to lead. Man, woman, whatever you are able to lead because the capacity is built into your nature. I have had some people who think they were never created or called for such a role. Now I'm telling you now, do see what the Word of God says, that by design you're a leader. But we have to understand that leadership has different levels, whether you like it or not, whether you are aware of it or not. As long as you are alive, you exercise leadership, but most do so unaware. When you are in your home and you take charge, deciding what people will have for breakfast, when we are going to the fields to till the land, when we are going to work, when we are going to do this and that at home, already you are exercising leadership, because leadership puts you in charge to control and to dictate the pace of things wherever you find yourself. So who is not a leader? But obviously, a leadership does not end at home. It may begin there, but it doesn't have to end there. You take it out into the world, into your workplace, into government, into the church, even into the jail house. You take leadership and take control of things. Because whenever there's something significant that is happening, It takes someone to lead, to give direction to the flow of things in that area. Once that happens, leadership is in action. Life is not a one-way street. There are different kinds of things that are happening at the same time in different places. And every situation that is happening demands leadership. Is crying out for leadership. The problems that you find in your workplace, the problems that you find in your church, the problems that you find in your government, your national politics, wherever you find yourself, they need someone to take the lead, to tame them, to proffer solutions to those situations. And that's where leadership is required. So, by nature, I've explained that human beings were created to lead. Wherever they are, whatever situation they find themselves in, God will not come and save them unless someone steps up and takes a leadership position that allows God to work through them. Nothing can be resolved without leadership. Nothing can be built without leadership. Life does not just happen. Life is made to happen by deliberate decisions that are made by bold men and women to shape and give guidance and direction to the course of events in life. And many of us are just coasting through life, unaware of the significant decisions that some people have been courageous to make in life. For instance, look at the pen that you're using to write. That pen was not there in the Garden of Eden when man was created. The shoes that you're wearing, the clothes that you're wearing, the house that you live in, everything took someone to apply themselves to create it. To bring resources together to manufacture something takes leadership. It doesn't just happen. It is made to happen when one man sees a possibility and steps up to lead in the creation of that thing. So when we talk about leadership, it's fascinating because it's the one thing that you find everywhere, wherever you go. But how far and the magnitude of the impact that you make on your generation depends on how much you invest in building your leadership capacity. We all have this capacity, this potential is there. The innate leadership trait and character is built into our nature. But it takes an awakening, a mental awakening, for one to consciously step into that role and start leading. If we don't do that, life won't be that exciting. So, do you have the courage to make a contribution to your generation? to be significant in one way or another. To take a leadership role at some level. Because in the journey of life, we are all at different stages of evolving and developing our leadership capacity, unlocking our leadership potential, and bringing it forth to impact on life itself. From whatever angle, whatever level, you can make a difference by realizing that you can lead and deciding to step into that leadership role. You must understand that being a leader doesn't need anyone to appoint you, but it just takes you choosing and giving yourself to lead. And the better you do it, the more people get to appreciate you and to believe in you, your leadership capacity, and trust in you. People are naturally drawn to great leadership because they all want to be a part of something great, something significant in life. So whatever it is that you are up to, you can lead without an official title. By deciding to save a situation, by deciding to be useful in one way or another, you become a leader. I liked what Robin Sharma had to say in his book, A Leader Without a Title. Such a fascinating writing, and I encourage you to have access, grab a copy and find out what he has to say. It's so amazing how we get to lead and can offer ourselves and lend ourselves to situations and circumstances as we manifest our leadership in resolving situations, in being of help to those who are vulnerable, coming to save the day when people are in trouble. So we have to understand that leadership, whether you like it or not, you are a leader. You don't need a title. You don't need to be appointed to be a leader. But you also have to understand that sometimes in an institutional setup, you need to be appointed and to have a rank and a title. But once you've been appointed, do not trust in your official power, but prove your competence, your ability to lead others. When you do so, people will no longer follow you because of your title, but they will willingly lend themselves and give themselves and submit to your leadership because they can trust you. They know that you are able to take them to the promised land. They know that you have what it takes to take them to the destination where you are going. They can trust in you. They believe in you because they have seen you at work and because they have seen the results of your work. They tend to increasingly trust you and trust you more and believe in you and submit to you, and they also come pressing in to be a part of what you are doing. That's leadership for you. We'll end it here today.